Okay, how do you turn this damn thing on? Let's see. So we're gonna start with some new tiles. These are gonna be our street tiles. I did some working in Illustrator to get them ready. Right now, you have to bear with me because I'll be uploading these. And I've got some new concepts for the game and some fixes to just some small stuff that I saw that I wanted to make more better. Okay. So these light tan ones, they have a die facing on there, which is 1, which means they'll come out in phase 1. And I've made them all the same. A concern that I have is that they have too many, not enough truck spaces available. I also added a number on each one, so they would have, each one is an individual, even if the only difference is the number. There's also a new concept that I wanted to try with that. I had a problem with movement and thinking about movement last time. And so, thinking about it, I came up with the idea that we'll have trucks move back from the landfill right back to the street, right back into a block automatically. And the truck will go to the highest number block, which has goods for delivery on it. So that's the first requirement. If all blocks don't have a space for the truck or don't have goods, then the next qualification is just go to the highest block that has an available space. That's of course if the other blocks don't have cubes, all things being equal. And that'll make some sense when we actually start playing it, but hopefully I won't forget the rule. These are this phase 2. I don't know if I'll make it that far into the game because I don't have a functioning game necessarily. But what I have is just a bunch of loose concepts that are interacting with each other. So there's a lot of scaffolding. Lots of scaffolding in this design. But that's okay. For me, I work great playing with my toys as I'm making stuff. I don't like writing a bunch of rules down and then editing those rules and making a game from the rules. The rules are just kind of floating in my head, and they're not. I guess they're very pliable to the. I'm going to change the rules as we go along, so I guess I'm trying to say that I want a rule set that I guess really isn't much of anything. Let me get something started over here because I still have to do that stupid thing where I have to upload. So let me get that ready. One moment. Yeah, I need a rule set that I can mess with on the fly, and that I can change the rules up, and it doesn't mean anything. I'll have a general idea of how to play, but that's as far as it goes. So here we go. Here is our drive. Time to upload some files. I'm having to do that thing where I am. Let's see. How do you upload? Here we go. File upload. Let's get all of these. Open. Then we'll upload more files. We'll upload these, and I'll talk about these in a minute. I'm supposed to go, yeah, these. Alberto. That's Spanish for open. File upload. Then we'll do these. And we'll do file upload. Oops. Not folder upload, file upload. And we'll do these. Which is good stuff. Awesome. So now I need to get the other computer ready. 1 second. Okay, so now I should be able to go to the other computer, which is, which one is it? There we go. Hopefully my new files will show up. There's many files in there. Many files. What does that one look like? It's not. I'm not seeing my new files. Let me make sure. Let me look on here and see. What did I do? Oh, I see. I didn't put them in the right drive. So this needs to go into here. How do I do that? What I could do is just do it from this other thing. Bam. We will just go one level out to here. And we should be able to find them from there. Cool. So download. See, there's more files. I uploaded a lot more than that. I'm having a problem finding all my stuffs. If anybody's watching, which I doubt anyway, hopefully you'll excuse me while I try to figure out. I don't want to have to upload them all again, but I just might. So I'm just not seeing the files. just upload them again. I don't know. Where is the location of that? Recent. We'll just do that. All right. Great. Okay. I think I've already done that, but I'm going to download it again just to make sure. I want all these taken. I'm sure I could have checked it, but these tile things are a pretty neat idea, and I'll talk about those in a moment. I might have overcompensated in the design since it's not really a working game yet, and things that I foresaw as a problem. Movement for the trucks. I think I've way overcompensated for that, but we'll see. And then I've come up with a new concept, which is going to be the cars. Yep, here we go. Alright, so those are all done. Now, we get one of these tiles. Oops. I'll unlock it. We will. Okay, so these tan ones are ones. Tan ones are ones. Ha. Import, cancel. Each one is separate, so second one, cloud, upload, import, cancel, custom, upload, open cloud, upload, import, cancel. Cool. Let me make sure all these are different. This one's 10, 11, and 12, so we have the 3. So these will replace these tiles. Delete, delete, left, unlock, delete, delete. So here are the starting tiles. Now I went 10, 11, 12. I don't think that order would matter unless you just care. And then they get one of each. One white. This is just to have a balanced start for goods because each good is worth a different amount. Don't want to bone somebody right at the beginning. Bone them later. Okay, and let's go ahead. Oops, let me unlock one of these. Oh, actually, it's probably still saved. Okay, so then we'll go ahead and do the next section, which is these. One of these. Cloud, upload, import, bam. Okay, that one's the one that has 3. So we'll do the one that has 4. Cloud, upload, import, and then we'll do the next one. Cloud, this is the one that needs to have 2, which is one of these, which is the same one. Cloud, upload, import. Cool. This is the next thing. In case I have cards that bring out new tiles, which I don't know yet, I might have to make these random, so I'll maybe make sure they're stackable. Custom stackable. Custom, oops, Stackable. That's in case I need to shuffle. I'm not sure yet. And I can stack them. I guess the stacking is not allowing me to make them like a deck and then shuffle them, so we'll just have to turn them over and figure that out. I thought stacking would help me out, but it's not that big of a deal. All right, let's get one of these cards. We'll clone it, flip, and then we'll do. These are going to be 3 cards that are available to each player. This is also another overcompensation for a problem that I see happening. May not be a problem. We're going to give each player a crappy version of expand, load, and move. Just move. Oh, hate it when it does that. Move. I tend to make a lot of redundancies early, and I tend to make at this stage of the game, this stage of the design of the game, we're going to make it pretty complex. At some point we're going to dumb it down and just make everything run smoother. But right now, the importance is to get a game that functions, and making a complex game that functions, strangely enough, is a little easier at this stage than to try to make something simple. Right now, we don't want to limit ourselves in a way of suppressing ideas because they're too complex. Actually, it's better to add all the ideas that you possibly would want. Like if we wanted to add mages and wizards, this is the stage we do it. We don't do it later. We add all that we want because we're going to have to pare it down to something that is smooth and fun. This is going to be clunky, huge, complex, fiddly, all the bad words. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a tile. So I'm going to copy this tile, and I'll talk about these tiles eventually. Cloud, upload, import, cancel. Cool. Actually, the first one, delete it. Let me turn over one of these cards because that's what they're supposed to. They're supposed to go in this bottom corner. And let's make it small enough that it actually goes in that corner. Cool. So then we're going to clone it. We're going to need 5 of them. And we'll do the 5. And again, I am way sure this is going to be overkill. Just packed with redundancies. But I'd rather take them out later if I can remember what they are, because in games early in design have not update. Early in the design process, it's easy to forget what redundancies you put in there, and so later on, hopefully you remember everything that was put in there only as a fix for something else, and you can take those out, and they don't end up in the last design just because it's always been that way. That might make no sense at all, but hopefully later it will. All right. So one of the things we're going to have is when you play a card, if you do part of the main card action, you can do this bonus action. This bonus action, some of them are very powerful and some of them are weak. The player's going to have these tiles here, and once they do this bonus action on their card, they are required to cover their bonus actions with another bonus tile for the next round. Now the bonus action's different. If they do the top action, they can do the bonus action, and if they do the bonus action, then they can take this off, and then it's back to the original bonus action. What this allows, the averaging of the bonus tiles, of the bonus on the cards, it allows it to be more average, because it'll have something possibly very powerful and then these that are not that powerful. Well, at least I think they're not. And then these are some of the basic actions that you might not have the cards to do. This also helps mitigate randomness. And it slows it down. So let's say on this move action, this bottom thing is change turn order. This one's not very powerful, but if it was, let's say turn order is the most powerful part of the game. Well, in the round one, they do it, they get the turn order, boom. Round two, let's just say, if we don't have this tile system, they can do it again in round two. So now for 12 actions, they can do this powerful bonus as long as they play where they can do the top part. If we have this tile, we've limited down to 6. Once they do this, change the turn order, they'll cover it with this. And then now they can't change the turn order until they do this other thing. Now, I might end up changing all these to negative things or something to balance it out, but we'll see. Right now, we just have weak actions and a couple of new concepts. So that's how that works. Now, each one of these tiles has a value, and if you score, it's like El Grande. Here are, if you're first place, there's the number. If you're second place there, and if you tie, you move the rank down. Just very El Grande kind of stuff. When a truck goes here, if it corresponds to the color of when we're doing, so in other words, in first round it's green. When we're in a green action round, then cars go from the road to the delivery or pickup area. When they go here, after the end of A2 and before A3, cars automatically go to the highest number tile. So this one's 10, 11, 12. So this is 12 that has available spaces and markers. So we know that, and we'll set these off in a line. So if these trucks came in, 2 was first, 1 was next, these trucks would deliver or pick up, doesn't matter. Then 2 would be first, 2 goes to 12, there's an open space, and 1 goes to 12, there's an open space. So we know these trucks automatically go back over there. Let me also make a couple of other things to have this design go forward. Okay, so those were tiles. Let me see if I have anything else here. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we have the vehicle. Where is the vehicle? There it is. We're going to do a vehicle chit. We'll do black chit. Actually, we'll do, like everything else, we'll do a gray chit, black outline, give it a thick outline, take the car, The reason you're only seeing the outline of the car because it's behind it. Now it's in front of it. These are car tokens, and I'm gonna expand it. It does. I don't care about the art too much. Just to know we know it's a car. There's a car. We're gonna save this as a JPEG. I did save for the web. Save as a JPEG. We'll call this car. We'll go ahead and upload it. This time we'll upload it to a much better place. We need to be in there. We'll upload it in here. Upload file. Upload the car. And then I think I also built companies that you could score. So I'm going to go ahead and find those. I think these are the charts. Charters. Yeah, and I'll talk about this a little bit too. So what I'm going to do is export for the web. We'll do a JPEG. And these are the new charters. Cool. I noticed that whenever I saved for the web, there was something over here, and it was this thing here. So I'm going to delete it. All right, so we'll save the red one. This is the red charter. JPEG. The new charters have values, just like El Grande for majority. So now we have this, and it's dynamic, meaning in the first 3 rounds it's worth this much, in the second rounds on 4, 5, and 6 it's worth this much. A little bit more. So the concept being that these first charters are going to be the only ones that have a really high value in the late game. The new charters that'll come out for the different companies that'll be available in rounds 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 might have bigger vehicles, easier to do that with, but they won't have such high values. One reason is the company's there from the very beginning, so it's going to allow players to try to have the most time to manipulate it. The second part is, if you think about like 18XX, those early companies are usually the ones that are the easiest to take them to a place of high value, because they are longer. They have a longer time on the game, and as long as they're paying out to their stockholders, the stock is rising. So those stocks are high value, because later on they'll be further along in the stock value thing. So the same concept, sort of. Let's go ahead and we'll upload. Okay, so we have all these. We need to do this one. I think I've already downloaded that one, but do it anyway. Download that one. Download that. Download that. Download that. All right. It's the new blue one. Oh, didn't upload. Uploading our new blue company charter. Uploading our new purple company charter. And our red one, custom. Oh, not purple. Not purple. We need to do red. Red. Sweet. We'll take this vehicle. We're going to turn it into a car. Cloud, upload, import, cancel. So now we have cars. Oh no. Okay. We'll change the back of it to a car as well. Cloud, upload, import, update. Sweet. Now these should have cars on both sides. Alright, so there, we're trying to move our contracts to where they go. Contracts. Let me zoom in on one of these charters. Okay, on the charter, you can see there's what the value is if you're first place, $4. If you're second place, $2, and if you're last, $1. Or not last, third place, $1. Because I guess you could, depending on the amount of players, you can figure out the places. Now we also have these spots in front of the trucks. Those spots are, there's a card which will allow you to, basically you'll take one of these cubes from the bag and you'll place it in front of the car, and that means that this is a black cube truck only. So anytime this truck can no longer pick up other ones, and if it picks up, let's say the truck has a white, picked up a white, we designate this truck as a black cube truck. This truck now has to dump, if it's in a city block, it'll return one of, actually no, you can't go back to the roofs. They'll go straight to the bag because it can no longer hold it. It's illegal. It's holding the wrong thing. So that's why we'll do that. Because thematically it would make no sense. Maybe we'll do it because of course right now mechanisms are more important than mechanics. I mean, mechanics are more important than theme at this stage, because we're still trying to get a functioning game. Once the game functions, then we'll start making decisions that are based on theme. But right now, we're mechanically trying to get it to work on a loose theme of having your workers get them jobs and deliver goods. Later on, we'll have more. There will be a better, as we play and we start narrowing these mechanisms down, we'll have a better concept of what we want to do with the theme. It's going to be basically that. It's going to be pick up and delivering and getting these jobs. Once we narrow that down, then we can start making the theme matter. We can make decisions that are based on just making the theme matter. Let me change this thing. Cloud, upload, import. Cool. I put the invest, move, load thing underneath this so it's easier to go through. And what I could do is make another one of these just for now. We can go, okay, we go here, 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 here. I don't think we'll need it. I think that's overkill. I think we have something we can sort of play. So let me save this. That way I can return to this state. We'll give a set of these to this player. There's still some work I need to do on these charters, like this area down here and stuff. Oh, we don't have any money yet. We need money. So let's just say these green things are going to be, these green lightnings are money. And that's money. And then we'll get one of these and make it bigger. We'll call that 5, or we'll call that 10, and then these ones. That's probably too big. All right, cool. That's going to be our money. Those are victory points, our money. I think we're ready to sort of start. Let me save that. All right. Cool. And then now we're going to go ahead and set up the beginning of the game. Okay, so these are blue. Random. Card. These are red, blue, and purple. And they're 3 different possible game state beginnings. And then we'll take these, make a deck, hopefully. Stack. Random. We flip this one over. Okay, so the purple one has the 4 truck, and the 4 truck goes in the first spot. Okay, this next one is going to affect number 11, block 11. Bingo. Okay, this one has the 3 truck, and the 3 truck is loaded. We're going to obviously load with the most expensive good, which is the white good. We'll put that in their truck. We'll also put these to show.
What should I add?
Oh, somebody's listening.
What should I add?
Okay, so there we go. So this shows that the 3 truck is activated, and it has a good, it has a white good. Purple truck's activated, no good. And let's do the last one. The last one is flip. Purple vehicle has 2 trucks. When we do these, we do 1 truck on the highest, I mean the number that we're dealing with, which is this one's going to be block 12, and then we'll circle back around to put the second truck on block 10. I don't know how we're going to say that, or how to even explain it, but when there's 2 trucks, you put the truck on the block that you're on, put the first truck on the block that you're on, and put the second truck on the next block in the sequence. And if you're at the end of the sequence, you start the sequence all over, maybe something like that. I don't know. Okay, these stocks are available for both players to purchase. Oh, these actually should be investments, but okay, and these 3 down here are available as well for the player. These are not, these are like just in case. Oh, let me find player order. We're using these cylinders. These are player pieces. Purple's first, and then orange. Reverse player order. I've got 10 action points. Do I want to buy one of those investments? So I can look here, and the 3 truck is the only one who has a load. So I could spend 3 action points on this red stock, which I'm going to, and take that as a possible card to add. These are cards that are available that I can add in here. We'll put this here because this is, you're only allowed 1 starting stock card, and I'll make a designated section there for it. Okay, player 2 decides, do they want a stock? They see that there's 2 blue, but they're going to chance it. They're going to say no. They want all 10 action points. Okay, then we'll shuffle, make sure he's in here. Shuffle. The offer for pink is out. And the offer for orange will be out. Oops. Let me fix that. For some reason I went crazy. Cool. Alright. So we're playing as the pink player first. You have 10 action points. With those 10 action points, I decide if I want to buy any cards and possibly put them in the row. There's an expand. Okay, so this one is make a car, designate a car, and it's a blue load. That's not bad. How many blue cars are out there? There's 2 blue cards, so I like that card. This one is score contracts. So I could expand and load in blue. I like both of these cards. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and buy both of them. I like these blue cards. I'm going to spend $1 to flush. I'm not going to keep the red card. The red card says in a block, switch basically your pieces or opponent's pieces, basically switch cubes. You can switch cubes for yours or switch yours for cubes. So we don't have that going on yet. We'll make that the discard. I get 3 new cards because I have a completely open thing. I've got $3. Okay, I wanted a blue move. So what I'm going to do is spend $3 on this move. And on these 2, I'm going to flush them for next turn. I set that up for next turn now. These will go here, and then that's my deal. I'll have to decide where do I want to do these things. So the first thing I'm going to look over here is invest, then move. Trucks, we're in green. So if we do a move here, it can make it to deliver. Or we can make it, we could do a move here. That might be the safest. Do a blue move there. Then we can do a load. Unfortunately, I only have 1 move. If I had another move, so I'm only loading 1 vehicle. Wait, that's, I don't have, one of these was still up there. I forgot which one it was. I think it was this load. I think, what was it up there? I'm gonna have to go back. Because I don't remember. Because one of those, there we go. Okay, this load here I don't have access to. So let me put something on there so I can show that I don't have access to that. It's these cards I have access to. So move here isn't bad because if we are loading in, oh no, we want to move here. I almost screwed that up. Okay. Because the move will happen before the end of the round, and the end of the round the car will go to the thing. So we want a load, which is good. We want to load before we move, and the expand doesn't matter. So we'll go expand in this round, load and move. I think that's good. Okay, this one. Okay, he wants a red move. This investor in red, this would be cool. to have both of these and a red move. So what we'll do is we're going to try to go all out. We'll go 1, 2, what, they're at 7. So 1, 2, 3. They'll buy this invest. So they've got 2 invest, because remember, this, instead of saying stock, it's really an invest card. They will flush these out, both of them. So remember, they don't have knowledge of what the other player is doing. So they'll flush these out for $1. They draw their new cards. They're hoping for a red move. They don't have a red move. Okay, so the next thing they do, they spend 3, and then they do a move. They buy this move, and they're going to not keep, let's see what the special moves are. This one's to get 1 AP. This is a change turn order. This one is to score trucks in a block. They don't know yet. That might be good. So they'll keep that. Get another one of these gold. And they'll discard these 2 cards. Okay, now they have to figure out, they need their invests first. Move is happening in 4. Okay, this one will allow them to upgrade a vehicle, and that's just a stock. So both of these would make $1 besides the value of whatever's being delivered, and that'll be how much money. Okay, so that's that, and then we'll go to play. Let's see how this works. Alright, A1, first thing that happens is invest. We've got an invest here, and then they're going to of course have their invest, and then they can do an upgrade. They can change a smaller vehicle to a bigger vehicle in red. So this 3 red can be a 4. I guess the rule would be if it's carrying anything, it would change over to the next car. If they do that, that'll give them access to these, and that's actually pretty good. So what we're going to do is go ahead and upgrade. So that puts these cubes here. We just upgrade to the next size. We put this 3 here, and now we have a 4 truck there that's got enough space for 2. Too bad they don't have a load card, but they might fix that, because here is a load action. They did that action, so immediately after doing that action, oh, it's the same thing on both sides, they'll go ahead and do that to show that they've used the load action, they've done the special action, and that's the next special action they can do there. Cool. A2s go. Okay, they both have A2s. Invest goes first. There's no special action in invest. Then there's move not available, load, and then expand. Okay, so player 1 expands. They've got 2 expands. Okay, so this right here will allow him to score contracts. The problem right now is that he didn't think about it. I guess I don't remember the rules because there really isn't any. I'll show how this expand goes. He wants to get a contract going, or he wants to get a vehicle going, or he can reload a space. Those are the 3 actions on the expand. He's thinking about, he's blue here, so he'll do a contract. He'll put this contract, let's see, he'll buy the contract. This is 1. Anytime you're doing one of your actions, like this expand action, instead of putting a gold cube, you can put a cylinder of your own. That's the same with this expand. When blue expanded red, when the orange player expanded red, Anytime that you can put one of your own cubes and you have workers, you can put your workers in those spaces. That helps you get majority on here, but the orange player doesn't, so they can't. They didn't. Oh, this was a discard. We took out the contract. Here we're doing it in blue. We're going to designate here, and we're going to put a cube here. If I had one of my own cubes that I could later score contracts, and scoring contracts is on a charter, so you just pick a charter and you score who's got the most of their own cylinders on a contract, and neutrals count as a player, so they could mess with your majorities. But anyway, so that was one. Is that blue? Do they want to put out another contract? The highest number, actually, the highest number is 12. So what they decide is they want to put a contract here, and they'll do a second contract here. What this means is both of these contracts are available only for, these cubes are only blue cubes now. They belong to the blue truck. The reason why we did that is because this is the highest number block, so that we know that when this truck goes and gets delivered and picks up and comes back home, it is coming to this block. It's going to have a limited amount of places it'll have to have a move to get more cubes or whatever. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so that was the expand. Okay. So the next question, the next rule that I got to think about is, now that I thought about this, well, let me finish the thing. Expand, I did my 2 expands. I can't do the special action because I mean, I could do it, but I would score nothing. If I did the special action, I could add one of these and cover that, which I'm not going to do. Okay. Because I want that action for next round. Okay, so that was all the expands. That was all the cards for that round. Now A3. A3, they don't have an action, so I don't have to worry about them. It's here. So we'll go all the way to load. You know, invest doesn't matter, move doesn't matter, we're in load. Okay, we can do 2 loads. So here, load, blue obviously wants the most expensive good. So we'll do the white good. White good goes on 2 because that's the truck that's in that block. Okay. Next thing. Next load is here, and I could, if I take this good and we put it on the truck, I'm going to set it here now. Problem is going to be when this pickup goes back. I gotta remember it's there, but if this pickup, when it goes to deliver and it goes back, the rule is it must go to the highest number that it can pick up a load at. Here, the contracts say it cannot pick up a load here, so it cannot go there. It can go back. Here is the next space. Okay. I want it only to have the ability to pick up black. So here, when I pick up a load, I could pick up this load and make it where, you know, these other 2 are designated for the purple player. Now this player has to figure out how to get blue so that they can have access to these trucks. Or in this case, I'm just going to take this one because it is the most expensive. Remember, this truck hasn't moved, so that was just an example earlier. So that truck's there. Those 2 trucks have picked up. And here we go. Alright, so that was on the load. Now the special action. Special action is designate a truck, meaning make a truck only able to pick up a certain type of good. So what we're going to do, we're going to be really mean and make red only pick up black. Now I'm seeing how mean that is, because they've already got a load there and they've already got plans, and putting that black means that they've had to dump it. So I'm going to change that rule because it's probably too mean. We'll see later on if it's not. But we'll say now that just means from here on out. So it's already got a load. So from here on out, it must pick up black. But if it's already has white on it or whatever, it won't force it to dump, because that I like the meanness, but since we're dealing with a lot of random, and this is random mitigation, we don't want to introduce that. Okay, the player did in fact do that. Special action. So we're going to play this special, they'll cover the special action with their new special action. And we know now that next round that matters. Alright. A4, which would be a moving round. So first invest. No invest. They both have a move. So this is going to go to pink moves first. Pink does a move. They have one movement, meaning they can move one car. So pink is going to move their car here. Then it is red's turn. Red has a move. Red is going to move its one move here. Okay. Then expand goes off, so it doesn't matter. And then at the end of a green, because we're on the one thing, these trucks go. This is a number truck is full. It goes to deliver. Number 4 is full. He goes to deliver. Okay. So the green player makes points. It makes for delivering. Oh, we'll just do this in order. Blue delivers the 2. That'll go back to the bag. It was white, so they get 3 points. These are points. 1, 2, 3. Orange. The red truck delivers. It's the 4. It delivers one of these, and it also has an empty. So we'll figure out the empty in a second too. The empty gives orange a player piece, and this one is worth 3. Oops. One, 2, 3, and we have 2 stocks that are red. 5. So 5 to 3. Okay. I think that's it. Oh, and then at the end of the round, blue is first. It goes to the highest. It goes here. The highest that it can still pick up one, and it can. Okay, because you don't have a designated truck. This 4 is a black designated truck. Is there a black one available for it to pick up? Yes. So all the trucks are here. Cool. Alrighty. Then A5, nobody has an A5. And then we're going to round 2. And this moves over. Okay, this is going to come off. 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 Okay. Flip. 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 Okay. Pink is first, so I'll go ahead and do them first. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, back to 10, because you always start off with 10. Invest is nice, so they can add value to their vehicles. They probably don't need this second load. They could make this load better this invest is more of a sure thing. And this invest allows players to move their cubes on cars as well. So we'll take this invest, and that'll spin 3 on 2, 3. They're going to go ahead and dump these 2 cards. They're looking for a move, a blue move, and then they're in business. So they dump these 2 cards. They do a flush that costs $1. Flip. Red load, a blue invest, and an invest. Red would be nice to have that passive invest. The special power on this is to score trucks. So let's go ahead and spin 3. 1, 2, 3. Take that invest. We need a red move. So we're going to dig. Spin 1. We'll keep that invest to make this investment better. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. So it does a flush. Looking for a red move. There's the red move he wanted. We'll throw away this card. Oh, well, I didn't. Let me flip that back over and put that back. He had 2. What he can do is sell one of these cards for $1. I forgot that option. He'll sell this card for $1. Puts him back to 3. This move goes into his inventory. And now he's got his set. He's set up with what he thinks he wants to run. Okay, and then this invest, he's just going to leave it there. Let me go ahead and do that thing I was doing earlier. We'll put the cube there. Alright, next player. Next player. This is what they've gotten. They like the red move. We'll spin. They have 10. They'll spin 3. 1, 2, 3, and take that. They'll let that go for $1. They're actually spin 3, so it's 7. Then they're at 8. They want to go heavy in red, and so they'll spend $1 and flush. There's another part of the game I forgot. During the players, at the end of the round, or maybe at the beginning, they can buy these stock cards from the bank. I have to find the best place to do that. I think that's before they go into buying. They could go ahead and spend 3 and put it there, but I'm not going to do that with the pink player. This is their next one. They don't like that. They're going to flush again. They're trying to go heavy in red. Oops, flip. Why is that like that? Okay. Let me fix it. Custom. I'll copy this link. Close it. Custom. Paste that link. I guess it didn't work. Cancel. Custom. Go A and C. Hopefully that did it. Go over here. Custom. Delete. Import. Cool. They got another invest. Purple invest, and that's what they're looking at. Okay, they're going to spend 3. 1, 2, 3. Take a red invest. Let these go for $1. Another red invest. They haven't found They're going to lock that, freeze that one. And they're going to let these go for $1. Flush again. Expand card's nice. So they're going to flush again. Maybe they'll find a red move card. Load. So they're going heavy in red. I guess they should have also be looking for a blue invest, but they haven't found one. So anyway, so this is their hand. I haven't put the order here. Oh, why did they take a red move? That's dumb. They needed a blue move. Oh well, they'll deal with what they have. I'm just trying to figure out how the game works anyway. Let me check out my thing. Truck sucks. Now we're not late. Da da da. Let's see. Pink. The invest is nice. The blue. The move is bad. Although they can move and make points, but that also makes them have points. So, in all honesty, they wouldn't use this card. They want their invest early. They can't control when their opponent makes a move, so they're gonna invest early. They're going to move. Okay, so scoring happens early. So we're going to move here. We're going to invest here. We're going to load blue, expand blue. Yeah, we're going to, and also score blue. This one allows that. This one will give me another piece. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. I think that's our play. Then it's their turn. They have a move 2. They also have a load. Their truck is empty. They want to load quickly, so they want to load here. Actually, they need their stock going first, so they'll go stock, stock. This is a green round, so green round means here will be we'll have to invest there. So the last move will have to be here, and unfortunately for those stocks to all work, load will have to be last. Interesting how that's going to work. But if they don't load, they can't move, so those investments aren't worth a crap. So here's what they're going to do. They're going to use this starting stock. They're going to get rid of it. Well, not get rid of it. They're going to stack an invest here. It means +1 for invest. Yeah. That'll allow them to invest. So they're going to get rid of this card too. We'll just superpower this card. We'll invest twice, and that'll get rid of this card as well. Okay. We can invest, we can load, and then move. So this investment card is worth 3. It takes up less slots. I like it. It's an unintentional interesting thing that's going on in this game. All right, so this will allow the card to make money. Hopefully I'm right. Okay, the turnover is still the same. These cards are locked for next turn. We're in A2. I mean A1. So A1, 3, and 5 are going to send cards. So first one, invest. Invest goes off first. It happens. Now the player can exchange up to 2 cubes of a vehicle. So what this means, ownership of a vehicle. So what they're going to do, if they put their cube on this vehicle, they only have one. They're 50% invested in this truck. So if they look at the other trucks, these have 2. So what they would rather do is have an investment in a truck. Oh yeah, this was delivered. Can't forget that. Okay, so they would rather have an investment in a truck. Both trucks are here. So we're going to put this investment, we'll just put it in 1. Well, no, putting it in 1 is the same as, might as well invest in yourself. They're pretty much invested completely in red, so they would go ahead and put their token in red. So they're tied for majority in red cars on the red charter. Okay, so that got used. Now what they want to do is they want to get more of their cubes out, so they'll put that there, and then we'll show that next round it'll come off. I probably don't need to do that. Well, no. Wait, okay, so the way it works, if you do it, then you put the thing on it. So that means if there's a thing here, as soon as it gets used, it gets taken off. Okay, so maybe we'll just know that. All right. That was invest. Now move. Invest is done. Move is for red. He's got a red invest. Red invest. I mean red move. So he's going to take the red car and move it here. Now he can do this thing. We're going to go ahead and say he does it, which would be a bonus card, which I don't have the cards for the next rounds built because I don't know what they need to be. But that would come out there and we would have a bonus card and it would go in this last slot. So just an example, he would automatically get a bonus card for the next. So we'll just do it from this round. But it'd be a way more powerful card or something there. And then he gets to pick one of these bonus tiles to cover. And he's going to do a load bonus. So I move load card is what he's built. I need to get rid of that one because that one doesn't really do much. I mean this one. This car one I thought would be cool. Maybe it'll be cool. We'll see. Okay, the 4 goes there. Move's done. Now we're in, oh, it's a blue. So in blue, cars go. This car is empty. The 4 is empty. It goes to pick up. And it picks up 2 corrupt cousins. I'm going to call them corrupt cousins because me and Sarah started calling it that. Okay, this goes to the highest one it can possibly pick up. It'll go back here. Alright. A2. First thing is invest. So his invest is first because pink is first in turn order. Then the second part is score a truck. She's going to score this truck. Nobody's there, so that might need to be different. I don't know if the rule's going to be score any truck or score has to be a player truck, but right now it's any. So this will add this superpower. So now it's got that invest has a move. All right. Then we'll go here to move, then load. well, first is invest, there's invest, move, there's no move card, and then load. So red can load up to 2, but it doesn't have 2 that it can load in that. These are contracted off to purple, I mean the blue. So red can load in this truck only black cubes, so that works just fine. They wish they could exchange cubes, but they don't have their own cubes to exchange. They are going to, so they can't do this bottom thing. All right. A3, which is a deliver pickup round. A3, we go invest, nope, load, invest, nope, move, yes. Red's got to move. Red is going to move to the delivery area. Then red is going to do this little thing, which is turn order. I say red is green. Does the turn order thing, then they decide they want to have, that would be an extra move. Let's do this, which would be a refill, or we can do a move load action. And I guess you could do it in whichever, no, you'd have to do it, it has to be done with the first action, so you don't want to load there. We do probably want refill. Okay. Into that purple round. Red pickups and delivers. It delivers this cube for $1. This cube. Where does it go? Into here. They make $1. But in the investment they made another 3. So they got a lot of money here. They've got $9 in round 2, and pink only has 3. Anyway, that was move, then load. Okay. The blue can load. There's 2 vehicles here and only 1 cube. So they'll load a cube onto 2. And then they can't load with blue anymore because there's no cubes to load. Then we'll do the special move. The special move is put a cube, so they're going to get another cube. This is going to go away now. Okay, load then expand. That move thing didn't happen to the end of the round. Oh, and when it happened, since pink is now invested, they get $1. Cool. This is kind of confusing stuff. A4 oranges first acting, but they have no A4 and A5, so this is all pink. 5 expand. So they're expanding in blue. They'll get to is it in a block or is it on the charter? I believe score contracts, that would be a charter scoring. Let me check and see if I have that info. What kind of scoring will it be? This is an expand. It's that one. Score contracts on a city block. Cool. Okay, so in expand, we're going to expand into these city blocks. We'll do 2 expands, we'll do 2 contracts. So we'll do this contract and this contract. Remember when I said you could always replace your own instead of using theirs. Okay, so I immediately see a problem. These contracts are going to have numbers on them so that they correspond with a dude. Yeah. So in the future, in the very near future, I got to make these contracts have numbers so that you'll know that this contract is that. So I'll fix that next. I want to make it to the end of the round and just see how much money they'll make. Then they do a score contracts. They'll score this contract. They have the most contracts, and let's say it had a number, it correspond to, okay, so this contract belongs to purple. I mean to pink. They have the most contracts, so the most contracts is 4 points, so they would gain 4 points. Then that gets covered. They're going to do a agree fill. Actually, they would like to do their own thing there, get another cube. Okay, and then they'll do invest in blue. The invest in blue, well, blue isn't moving, so it's not really going to do jack. And then they'll get to, well, they didn't do the, well, invest is kind of passive action, so yeah, they invested in blue. Then they'll get to do this action, which is exchange your cubes with an opponent's cubes on a truck. So they'll get this cube back, and this one becomes my corrupted cousin. And then we'll replace this with Greefill. Okay, that was A5. And then that would be it. Oh, this truck couldn't come here. This is the highest number with available whichever's. And unfortunately, he screwed himself. Well, he didn't really screw himself, but that just shows that if this truck ever gets scored, it's partially his, partially somebody else's, so it won't make so many points. Anyway, we'll figure that out later. A5 is done. Then we're going to put this back on A1. We go to a green round. Oh, there first, flip. And then they're next. Flip. Flip. Okay, so red needs an expand card for sure. So they're going to spend, they've got 10. They're going to spend 3. 1, 2, 3, and take this expand card. This invest red would be nice. Although they don't, it's, the problem with it is that he needs another move to make it really work. Go ahead and flush. That costs $1. Blue invest is nice. Expand is doable. And this is a score houses, so it's pretty sweet. He'll take that for 3. 1, 2, 3. This one is switch dudes and houses. But instead, to have room for this invest, let's go ahead and take this one, and we'll just level up this one, spend another 3, and put the blue invest. Okay. This card they're not going to keep. Okay, remember we have access to this bonus card, and we've got these cards. So blue has some moves. +1 AP, +1 star. At 2 AP, the stars are going to be these cards down here, this load. Not a great card, not a great move. But I'll take probably this one move. Red move, red invest. Blue load, expand, and invest. This one is score cars. That's pretty sweet. Which invest is better? This one was just exchange. So they are going to take this one for, I think you could do this, is totally fine. Take this one for 3. One, 2, 3. Use this one to power up this invest to the next level. It's a better invest. This goes back here. Boom. Like it. Problem here is we have move for red that helps our invest, but we'd rather have a blue move. We don't care about this invest, so we'll go ahead and get rid of that one. And we'll put flush. 1, 2. Interesting. Load, move, invest. They're very powerful in the red section. I do like red as a vehicle to be able to get cubes. So the move is good, invest is good, load is... I need a blue move. That's the problem. I've got $6. I need a blue move. That this move will go ahead and go I'll have to get rid of this red move. And we'll go blue move. 3. 1, 2, 3. Difficult decisions. We'll flush these cards for $1. Flip. 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 Let's try. Maybe purple might be interesting. So we'll do. We want a move and a load. Expand isn't bad, so we could do. And that's score contract. That's a score contract card. And we're just gonna stay there. Oh well. This is 2, so in A2 these would come out, and we'll just do it like that. And these get filled up at random. Oh, hold on. They have to be randomized first. Random, 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 random. Okay, what's the highest number card is 22. So this block is the block that everybody's going to come to unless it gets filled up or unless we don't have cubes. Right now, blue's in a bad spot because it doesn't have any cubes. 4 is in an okay spot, and red is an okay spot. Well, red can only pick up. So, orange. Line up your cards. Okay, this is a lime green. Excuse me. Lime green means a 2 and a 4 is going to be the deal. So A4 is going to be where we're going to move this down. A4 is going to be where we move. Okay. We need to, the other one you can do A4 and A2. A2, let's invest in A2 in case they score. Okay. So now we need a move. Well, this is the move. The problem, we need another move. We need the ability to, this sucks because to score red we need to have cubes on it. It can get, I can make more on the investment though, that's fine. So we'll do that there. This invest we'll do here. We'll do load here and expand here for now. Let's see. This means that I can get one more of these, which is cool. On this invest, I can switch player cubes on vehicles for non-player cubes twice, so that'll give me the 2. That's good. Over here, I can exchange on trucks, and I assume in different charters too. So I'll do ownership here. That's good. This is refill. This expand sucks because I have to do it after everything, but that's my actions. All right, here. Okay, so we've got a red invest. We don't know when they're going to go, so it's either going to be here or here's where we got to put our invest for them. We've got our own move, and we've got to expand. So our move could be here. Our invest has to be before it, so we could go here. We need to load for it to make any points, but we need to refill first. So if we want to expand, this invest allows me to score trucks. I need to load. Here's the problem: is I need to load, and I'm in the wrong color. Load. Blue can't load. They have to expand first. So here's the expand. They can expand. Boom. Then load. Let me get the red invest away because it's only $1. Invest move, and then we'll just put, this invest doesn't do shit. Maybe it'll get me cubes. We'll have to do it like that. Tough decisions. I like it. All right. A1 invest. They have an invest. They get another one of their chingaderas. This goes off. Okay, invest is done. The only one left is expand. They get one of their own little chingaderas. It is pinks. They get a chingadera. Boom. That's gone. Okay. Next one is invest, or we go here, invest first. They invest. They're invested. Now they get to exchange up to 2 of theirs with gold. So what they want to do, they want to go ahead and own partially that truck. That's one. And the other one, they're going to go ahead and own this truck. It actually has a cube on it. So cool. Boom. Nice. Okay, so that was their invest. They did 2 of their own exchanges. Then we do load over here. Load is pick up 2. They have nothing to load. Oh, wait a minute. They were supposed to do an expand here. They forgot the first part of expand. Duh. One of the expands here would have been to add cubes here. That's the they pick a place and then they drop the things, and then the other expand would have been, they didn't have that yet, so they couldn't put that on a contract, so they wouldn't get a contract, but they would have added the 3 car instead, 3 car, and they would have put it somewhere where they can get a white cube, so they'll go here to get that white cube. Okay. Anyway, so now we're on invest, and no, they're on load because we're in A2, and they can designate a car. On this 3 car, let's go ahead and make sure they can only load white. So no one can load some bullshit on there for them. So it's defense and offense. Alright, that's pretty cool. Now we're on A4, so invest first. So they'll invest, and they get to score cars. I don't know where though. Let's find out. It looked like that score charter there. It might be score charter. What kind of a card is it? Invest. We're looking for that icon. I think it's score charter. Invest. Score charter. Now they'll choose to score charter. Oops, I screwed that up because I don't know how to move around. Lock it down. This is painful. Okay, so is there a place where... Wait, did I do the load? I didn't do the load. They had 2 loads. One load would have been to load one of these, and then the other load would have been to load one of these. So they're loaded. Okay, so that's load, because I forgot to do load here, and then I did the other thing. Okay, so we're in invest. Now we score a charter. They're going to look out here and try to find a charter where they have the most, or the second most, just not give purple, orange a lot. So if they scored this one, it's got 1 of each, so they would both get 2 points. If we score this one, gold has 1, 2, 3, 4. Pink has 2, orange has 1. So pink would get 2, orange would get 1. And we'll just score that one. Screw it. Okay. That was invest. Then we go here to load. Red needs to load. So red can load there. I should say orange can load there. Do they not have any chingaderos? I guess not. Oh, forgot to. That got done and that got done. So we'll do. Actually, we don't want that one. We want this one and that one. Okay. I don't remember that one, so we'll just for now say that I didn't. So we'll cover that one. Now they can do exchanges for exchanges into. No, they can exchange one truck to another truck. So they could take ownership of this truck and take ownership of this whole thing by switching these two out. That does make pink second here, but it makes, if they ever get a chance to score, they can score this whole charter. Cool. So there's that. And then they'll put the move on the load. Well, that's pretty sweet, actually. Then this one is, oh, A4. A4 invest. Nobody's investing. Then we go to move. There's two moves. Green is first, so red's gonna move. Red will move to there. And then they'll do the second part is they'll find a place to refill. This is the place with the most, so they're not going to mess with it. They want to get rid of this thing, so they'll go ahead and refill this one. I guess in this case, whenever they refill, and they'll draw, and then they'll place in their choosing. They're gonna do it like, well, no, they're gonna do it like that, so that because they know they can only pick up black, they're gonna put the black ones available. Okay. Then blue moves. Blue has 2 movement. So they can move 2 vehicles. They want to move the 3 vehicle. And then they want to move, either one of these is fine, the 2 vehicle. Okay. And then they'll get an extra AP next round, and they'll put refill here. Okay, invest. Oh, not yet. Okay, in this case, these cars move. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, 4 delivers. 4 delivers a black. Black's worth 1, but they're invested, so they'll make 4 points there total. And then this black goes back in the bag. All right. Oh, and then they will also pick up, it was an empty spot, so they'll get one of these. Boom. This one goes to the highest, which is here. Because they can only pick up black, but black's available there. Okay, 3. 3 is a white. White is worth 3 plus they have an investment of 2, so they'll make 5. We'll call that a 5. So it would be 3, 4, 5. Cool. That's that one. That one also goes back here. And this one, the 2 delivers one of these, which is 2. So on this one, they'll make $4. Take one of these out. And they have that. And then this vehicle goes here. Okay. Then that was the end of the moves. Auto moves. Oops. We'll go to A5. Invest is first. They invest first for $1. They get to do a move. So they're going to do a red move. They're going to take this truck back here. It's empty. And so they're going to get... Oh, it hasn't gone over there yet. So they put the red truck in line to go to pick up and deliver. So it won't actually deliver until next round. Let me see if they go another round. The player who played the red move doesn't get the benefits. That's interesting. Yeah, I've got to figure that out. So maybe the player who makes the move, because there's no auto deliver, so the deliver is going to be for the next day. The person who did the move, who's going to get the benefits of the moves, needs to be able to designate that. It could happen with so we'll get one of these out of the game. Actually, we'll get a cube. And we'll make it small. And it just shows who was the controller to put it there. So this means that if second round, if the player, that shows the controller. Cool, that works. I think that works. Okay, next. That was invest, and then the move. The move went over there. They don't reap the benefits yet. Oh, it was a pink move. Pink has that 4 going. Cool. Now expand. They get to expand 3. Okay, so one of the things they want to do is get one of the, well, it's expand red, so they're going to, let's get another vehicle out. So one of the expansions is going to be that, and put a vehicle out on here. Okay, and then they want to do a contract expand. They don't have any cubes, so they're gonna do this. Got some lag going. Oops, cancel. I don't know. Oh, there it is. I had a lag. This one will go on the white one. And I have one more expand. And they'll go ahead and expand the black one so that they have a black cube available if that's the truck if that's their truck. Okay, here, score on the expand, is that score charters? Let's find out. expand. Expand. It is this one. Score workers on a city block. We don't have workers on a city block. Let's go back to here. Nobody has workers on a city block, and I forgot about that aspect. It's worth 2 points, and I could do. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll do. Okay, so we'll take that off of there. Wait. Yeah, we'll bring back this one contract because this truck I forgot isn't designated. We'll put this here, and we will refill. We'll refill this block here. This block only gets 2, but in replacement of one of these, I can always put mine instead. So we'll put that, and then we'll put another white. No, we don't want. Okay. And then they're going to score this and score 2 points because they're the only workers in a block. They've got one worker there. They're going to make 2 points. I think I got all that right. So now let me take a brief pause and just think about this for a second. We've got a worker here. This worker is wild. It can only be picked up by the blue truck because of the contract, but it can only be picked up by the orange player. That's interesting. It's an interesting play. I don't know if that's worth anything. They get a. I'm gonna do an not one of these. It's one of these. They'll get a load action covering that one. And did they do their thing? I think so. I don't know. Oh, that's where they got their move from. So that goes off. The only one left is this car one. Sweet. Oh, that goes off, so they don't use it actually. They don't get another one. So the next one they'll get to score a charter. And that would be this. Now we would be starting round 2. $10. This would be here, and I'm just curious what kind of points we're looking at. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 points here. 10, 16, 17, 18, 19 points there. So it's nickel and dime. Nothing too amazing, but I mean, things are kind of working. I think it's at a point, hopefully on Sunday, I can play with Lyndon and, or maybe Sarah, I don't know, whoever I can play with, and really do a deep dig into the game and see how it's working. I like some of the interactions. I had to come up with some rules on the fly to make this thing work. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna work on these player mats. I think I'll do that pretty quick, and then start to upload those, hopefully. Anyway, how do you turn this damn thing off?